Hello and welcome to Cyberpunk, a presentation on dark techno-fantasy by Robert Martinez. What is Cyberpunk? Cyberpunk is kind of a sci-fi fantasy hybrid that came about in the early 1980s and the dawn of the home computer era, when people were still trying to figure out what home computers and computers in general could do, what the extent of how we would interact with them would be, because the cultural consciousness hadn't really assimilated the power of personal computers yet. Cyberpunk is also often dystopian, grungy, technological, futuristic, in cities where human beings and computers and machines are all kind of fused together in a weird kind of chimera hybrid model. Cyberpunk tries to understand, and as a genre, theorize what it means to be a human being in a computerized world, a mechanized world. The boundaries are kind of blurred. The moral, ethical, and oftentimes theological relations between human beings and machines and computers. The settings for these are almost exclusively cityscapes. They're seedy, dirty, kind of underground, lawless, pessimistic, violent. Think of like Blade Runner. Characters in these worlds are often hackers, assassins, couriers, members of organized crime, or often robots or cyborgs. The boundaries between genders and in these stories are often blurred as the body is removed as the locus for identity. People can pass between machine and computer. What constitutes a soul or an identity is now spread across machine and computer and human. So genders and sexual orientations are often confused or dislocated or blurred. Cyberpunk-inspired many works that are more visual, such as the Matrix movies and Ghost in the Shell anime, which is a touchstone of animation in Cyberpunk arena. It also inspired Shadowrun, which is a tabletop role-playing game that fuses high fantasy elements, characters like orcs and elves and magic with the cyberpunk genre. Essential cyberpunk reading, the top three are the Sprawl trilogy by William Gibson, Neuromancer, Count Zero, Mona Lisa Overdrive, and Mirror Shades by Bruce Sterling. These Neuromancer and Mirror Shades are kind of the impetus for the cyberpunk genre. Started in the mid-1980s. They are credited with being the start of the cyberpunk revolution. The later entries have also gotten really popular. Ready Player One was turned into a movie, which is also a love song to the 1980s. So it kind of came full circle. And Altered Carbon by Richard K. Morgan was turned into a very successful Netflix series. Here are some covers from cyberpunk novels. Cyberpunk has inspired a lot of digital and traditional artwork, and as well as movies. So these grace the covers in a lot of the books. Here are some images from media, games. The bottom left, you'll see the Matrix. Next to it, you'll see a shot from Blade Runner. These sprawling cityscapes with flying cars. To the right of that, you'll see the cyborg body of Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. To the right of that, you'll see Richard Deckard from the Blade Runner movie. Above that, you'll see Neo from Matrix getting plugged into computers. Above that, you'll see Shadowrun characters. Again, this tabletop role-playing game fused traditional high fantasy elements with the cyberpunk world. So elves and orcs and magic, along with the cyberpunk cityscape. And then these the top two are images from Cyberpunk 2077, which is a MMORPG video game that is based in the cyberpunk world. And to show you quickly an example video, you can see Neo here in the Matrix being unplugged from the Matrix, and you'll see he has been outfitted with plugs into his body so he can connect to machines and computers. And then you'll see also his plug to the back of his head where he can interface with the computer world. And then for references if you want more reading on this topic. Veronica Hollinger, Philip Schweighauser, and Alex Wetmore have done some amazing work in analyzing cyberpunk genre, dystopias, and the theories of what it means to be human in a digital world. And you can check those out. Thank you very much.